So today what I'm doing is sort of a multi-dimensional look at Classpad.net to show you how everything is very connected and how you never have to leave the space. So you'll see in front of you right now that I have a geometry sticky open here on the right. This is a geometry sticky. And on the left I have a statistics sticky. And I've been collecting data. I made this circle where I can move it and collect the data on the circumference of the circle and the diameter. So over here, my statistics, I've been collecting the data. So let's just collect one more piece of data here just to show you how easy it is. So all I'm doing is recording what I see from the screen. So my diameter is... So I can collect as many pieces of data as I want, but we're fine with this. So now I can take my statistics and actually make a graph, a scatter plot, a statistical plot. So I'm going to select my independent variable and my dependent variable, and then I'm going to go to my statistics options and do a scatter plot just to see, is there a relationship between these two values. And as you can see, there definitely looks like there is one. And so we can explore, well, if that looks like that is one, and here's the nice thing about Classpad.net, I want to move the table, the sticky down here, so I can put them next to each other now. I have unlimited vertical space. So now it looks like I have a relationship. So maybe let's calculate what that relationship is. Definitely looks linear. What is the relationship between the diameter and the circumference? So let's calculate a ratio. So I'm in my statistics thing. I want to fill in these numbers, but I don't want to have to do a single calculation for each one of these values. Instead, I'm just going to get my calculate sticky out here. And because everything is connected, I can use these multi-character variables in a calculation very easily. So I want to find a ratio, so I'm going to define my ratio for this problem. So I'm going to use that colon equals here, and I'm going to type in what I think the relationship is, so circumference, and I'm going to use the characters up here in my heading, and I'm going to divide by the other multi-character variable. And watch what happens, is it's taking, because these are already defined in statistics as lists, it takes each member of that list, so first member in that list and the second member, the first member of that list, and creates a new list, and then it fills in the table for me. So in one step, I'm done with all my calculations. And oh, we recorded backwards on this one, so let's quickly change. I should have put the diameter first, and that's why it looks so funny, 36.85. But see how easy it is to correct a mistake. That was clearly what I did here. And so let's go back up here and recalculate our numbers so that it corrects it. So there we go. It got my list. So if you notice, I definitely do have a relationship. And now I could use this relationship to add yet another sticky, my graph. Well, I don't have to actually add another sticky. I'm just going to add a function. So I'm going to take that graph, that statistical plot, choose the function value, and enter a function. So since I have what looks like a constant rate or a slope, if we want to think about it that way, I'm going to enter in point slope form. So I'm going to use this 3.14 that we've discovered and use a point from my table. Doesn't matter which one. So I'm going to do x minus, let's just use this last one because why not? And it's going to be plus my y coordinates since I've moved it over. So 36.85. And if I've done this right, I should have a line that goes through my variables. And boom, done. There we go. So in one piece of paper, I've done geometry, I've done statistics, I've done a statistical plot, I've done a calculation to find ratios that fills in a list, and from that I've found a rate and I made a function. So all happening in one place, never had to leave my paper, very quick and easy data collection. So this is just an example of how versatile Classpad.net can be and how you can do all sorts of interesting things without ever having to leave the paper.